What's up, beautiful people on the other side? So we've seen a lot of projects coming out recently. However, the utility behind them is either zero or it's the old same thing. In today's video, we are going to interview someone who is launching his own project, and this project is going to be a free mint. Which is the best part about it? Nope. The best part about this project is that it is going to be an educational NFT project. So a lot of alpha groups out there are just giving you the alphas on which project you should buy, which project you should not buy. However, they do not tell you how they are searching these projects, how they're trading in their real life, how the things are going on the back end. Now with this project, you have the opportunity to learn how big fish in this particular market are trading, are minting, are finding projects, and you can learn a lot more. This interview is going to be with Liam. He is launching his own project called NFT Expert Summit. Well, this is the first interview on our channel, so I was not able to do a lot good when it comes to welcoming Liam on my channel. But if Liam, you're watching this, welcome to NFT Ghost family. Also, Liam has given us some whitelist spots, so watch this video completely so that you can have the complete information about it. Let's get started. I would love to know about you first, what's your background, where do you come from, what's the kind of experience that you hold in the past, all about you.
Yeah, well, my name is Liam, obviously. I'm from Australia. And before I got into Web3 and NFTs, I was into digital marketing and strategy consulting. And so when I came across NFTs and I saw that the way these projects were dropping their mints, I thought, oh, this is just a product launch. This is just what I've been helping other clients do for nearly 10 years. Like the whole process of, build up a pre-launch hype, create value, create a community, collect pre-sale addresses, and then have a launch day. Like it was just all very similar to what I was used to dealing with in Web 2. So it just intuitively came pretty easy to me to understand Web3 and to understand, I guess more importantly, how to launch a project.
Got it. And I've seen your past videos, I've seen your Twitter, I kind of follow you a lot. So I've seen there's a story that you were a beginner, but then from 0.6 ETH, you've converted that to 50 ETH. What's the story behind that? I think a lot of people would love to know about it, including me.
Yeah, cool. I literally just recorded a video on my channel going through my wallet and going through my OpenSea, all my sales activity, because I think that's really important to be transparent and honest, and that's the best part about the blockchain is you can't hide anything on the blockchain. It's all public knowledge. So I started with 0.6 ETH and I really didn't know what I was doing. As you just said, like I was a beginner and I was buying things on secondary when I shouldn't have. I was just exit liquidity for other people. Like I just was really kind of trying to find my way. And I started trying to find other people that were really successful in trading, because I knew that if I could find other people that had already achieved what I want to achieve, I knew that was going to be the fastest path to success for me. So I just worked really hard to network and try and find who these awesome traders were. And I found a bunch of different alpha groups, a bunch of different community leaders that were just really exceptional NFT traders, had made just boatloads of money trading NFTs. And I just did whatever I could to be a sponge and learn off them. And I would just be hanging out on voice chat, just listening to everything they would ever say. I was just hanging out in Discord all day, trying to ask them questions and trying to learn and trying to watch their wallets and try and see what they were doing. And I started to notice more and more patterns. I started to notice like them with particular ways of minting and flipping and sweeping and, writing pumps and all this sort of stuff. And so, it was like, once I started to actually learn from these experts, I was able to start chipping away and slowly add up small little profits. And I think if you watch my videos, you'll see that I don't actually sell that many things over 1 ETH. That's kind of rare for me. I've only done it maybe less than a dozen times. And, I've had a few like pretty significant sales recently. Like I had a big sale with the other deed land sale with the Bored Ape land sale from Yuga Labs. But besides that, and besides my Moonbird that I currently hold, like I don't really have a huge amount of wins with that kind of like, yeah, lottery ticket kind of story that you hear a lot of people do. So I guess I'm proud of that because I'm proof in the pudding that you can achieve it even just by chipping away each day and each week and just banking up small little wins. Because my wallet is like testament of that. But yeah, I was able to just keep flipping and keep taking profits and keep going up and growing my bankroll. And yeah, it turns out people were like impressed by that. Like I actually had no idea that it was actually that impressive because the kinds of people I was hanging out with, these whales, I was comparing myself to their wallets and their, guys like sneaky ninja pants that, are making like 500, 1,000 ETH. It's just like mind blowing, like how much those guys make. And so I just thought I was just, small time, but yeah, it turns out people find what I did really inspiring, and I thought that was really cool. And I thought, well, why not? I can try and give back and I can try and help educate and try and help beginners that are in the situation that I was once in, because I'm only in this situation now because other people helped me. So it's kind of human nature for me to just pay it forward and just do the same thing and just try and help as many people as possible and educate and try and teach what I've learned along the way.
Got it. So you say you were hanging out in the Discords in this VCs group. So my audience is kind of a very beginner one at the moment, right? How should they be looking into this kind of stuff? How should they be finding those Discord that can help them out a lot?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, well, that's the whole reason why I started my project, the NFT Expert Summit, is because I'm trying to provide a solution to that exact problem, in the sense that there's so many different Discords out there. It's so hard to know which ones to go in, and especially if you're a beginner and you're just trying to learn. So I've created one private Discord where instead of you being in multiple with trying to chase multiple communities and try and learn from all these different people all at once, I've got one Discord, and then one by one, I'm bringing a new expert in each day. And that expert will then teach a class around how to trade and how they've been successful and what methods have worked for them and what mistakes they've made, so you don't make the same mistakes that they once did. And it's just designed to fast track your learning. So I would definitely recommend my Discord, obviously. But I know even though it's a free mint, it is a low supply mint, so I know not everybody can get in. But look at all the speakers that I'm bringing into the NFT Expert Summit. So I've got 25 speakers. Not all of them are public yet. I'm keeping a few of them as a surprise, but you can see guys like Zenica, guys like Champ, guys like Amir, and the Origins NFT guys. Like, there's so many of these guys that are just really, really clever people and more than happy to help as well. So to answer your question, they're the best places to start. Either start with my Discord, so you can mint it, or either buy it on OpenSea on secondary, come in and learn from these people. Or if you don't want to join my particular project, you can choose one of the experts, I think, to go into their communities, because I've only brought these experts in because I think I know what they're doing. I know that they know what they're doing. And so, that would be good to learn off.
I totally agree when you say Zeneca and Champ's name. I am following them for a very long time now because I've been into NFTs for a long time. These people are definitely the more reputed one, and if these are coming into your Discord to teach people, I think that will be really helpful. So how are you planning this? Like, how to get into your Discord or how to get whitelisted for your particular project?
Yeah, so I'm giving away whitelists on my YouTube channel and on my Twitter. So I'm not doing the typical Discord grinding. I know that everybody hates that, and it's just something that everyone wants to avoid. Yeah. So when I decided I wanted to launch this project, I thought, okay, I'm just going to launch it without a public Discord, no public Twitter, no Discord grind, and I'm just going to give away whitelists to people that watch my content or interact with me on Twitter. And so there's no grinding, and it's just people can learn from me on YouTube, and as a bonus, they can get whitelist. And if they don't get whitelist, they're still learning something from me on YouTube. So I tried to make it so that people attempting to get whitelist would still benefit from this process, even if they didn't achieve whitelist, because they would still be learning something during that, as opposed to like the normal method, which is like go into a Discord and type in general chat for hours and hours at a day and just talk nonsense basically until someone notices you to get whitelist. Like no one learns anything from doing that. No one benefits. It's very fake. It's very manufactured. Whereas I feel like this way, people are at least learning something by watching my content and learning from me. And so if they get whitelisted, that's great. If they don't get whitelisted, they're still benefiting in some way. So that's what I've been trying to achieve. And the feedback I've got from it is really great. Like people have been really enjoying it. And yeah, I think hopefully more projects do something like this moving forward.
Yeah, agreed. So for your project, so is it like the people who are whitelisted or who don't mint will be there in the Discord, or will there be a public section also where people can come in and see what's exactly going on, and then the data or the kind of value that you're giving out is limited to the people who are into the community?
Yeah, good question. I'm going to keep it a locked Discord, and so only the people that are whitelisted are allowed in the Discord. And then once we launch the actual NFT, only people that have the NFT will be able to verify that they own the token and are allowed into the Discord. I am going to create a little bit of a freemium model in the sense that some of the classes taught by the experts, I'll distribute maybe the first 30 minutes of some of the classes for free on my YouTube channel. With the permission of the experts, obviously, but just as a way to try and make sure that everyone can still access some kind of benefit from the NFT Expert Summit, but still have the majority of benefits to the actual holders of the NFT.
Got it. So when you say classes, so will these be all a recorded session, and will you be creating a website where the holders will be able to connect their wallet and watch all these classes whenever they want?
Exactly. So it'll be all recorded. Hopefully the holders can jump on live to as many of the sessions as possible, because they'll be able to talk with and ask questions to these amazing experts, which, some of them are really hard to reach, because they're super famous. Yeah, guys like Champ and Zenika's got 300,000 followers or 280,000 followers. Ryan D Crypto's got 300,000 followers. Like these guys are really clever, but really hard to actually get in contact with. So that's another bonus of actually owning the NFT, is being able to rub shoulders and be in an intimate setting with a bunch of these guys.
Got it. So is this project just about the educational side of it, or will there be some other kind of value that you'll be providing? Like you're giving classes, people are learning, beginners are learning from this, but what other utilities will be there with this project?
Yeah, good question. I really didn't want to turn this into an alpha Discord. So there's plenty of alpha Discords out there, and a lot of my experts that are coming to speak at the Expert Summit have their own alpha Discords. So I didn't want to compete with them. I didn't want to create a competing product. So yeah, it's very much all about education. I think there's a gap in the market there. I think there's not enough projects out there that focus purely on education, focus on teaching the fundamentals of NFT trading, like how to recognize good projects, how to do your own research, how to get better whitelists, how to know when to flip or know when to hold, how to know, how to read charts, like all of these really important things. There's nowhere where there's like one great place to learn all of these things. And so I wanted to create a utility where people come in and learn that stuff. And then once they've learned it, they have that knowledge with them for the rest of their lives. They can't forget it. Like it's with them. They can then apply it to all of their NFT trading ongoing. So it was very much important for me to create a utility behind that, and not a utility based around alpha calling, or a utility based around giving away whitelists to the community and that sort of stuff. Because there's plenty of other Discords that do that. And that's not what the NFT Expert Summit's about.
Got it. Further, I also wanted to ask, since you are from a digital marketing background, how is that experience you're going to use in this particular project? What is the strategy behind it? Like how you're going to advertise this project to a lot more people?
Well, I think it's already working, because before I started this, I had no followers on Twitter, and now I have nearly 11,000, and All my videos on YouTube get between 3,000 and 5,000 views. So I was lucky because I had my digital marketing experience. I knew when I was going to launch this, what levers I was going to pull to make sure it got some good attention, I think. And I plan on doing the same thing. So after Mint's finished, like I plan on using my digital marketing background to help continue to bring awareness to the project and make sure that people are aware and know that the classes are running and each expert is speaking, to make sure people don't miss out or feel like they missed a good thing, right? Because once it's over, then they'll just have to wait for the next summit or watch the recordings.
Got it. Okay. Like I really find this particular project a bit more interesting one, because when I joined NFTs, there was nothing much to learn from. I've joined, I think, more than 100 Discord servers because I had Nitro with Discord, and it's so hard to track all of them and so many places. I was really confused how to do it, but I think a project like yours can really help out a lot of beginners out there. Would you have a message for my community or anything like that?
I think my main message is that don't be delusional. Like, NFTs are hard and difficult. You really need to know what you're doing in order to make the most out of this space. But I found that once I did learn from these experts and really understand their philosophies around being successful, it's really changed my life since then. And so, my message to the community would be like, do what you can to get educated, do what you can to bring your knowledge to that next level and bring your network to the next level, because that's when things really started changing for me, and hopefully can start changing for you.
Agreed. I was watching your interview with Zeneca, and I found out your story from that also a bit, that you and your wife had a plan of 0.6 ETH, I think, initially, right? And I think it's really important for a beginner when it comes into this space that he should have a budget before getting into it, and with a planning. And I think that's how it was easier for you to get successful. If you didn't have that planning, I think it would have been a really hard journey.
Yeah, I think so. For people that aren't familiar, my wife and I decided that we would put in 0.6 ETH. And at the time, ETH was really expensive. I think it was nearly like 5,000 Australian dollars. So I bought right at the top. But it was enough where we were like, okay, this is a good enough amount to really give this a good test and a good crack. But it's also an amount that we were okay if we lost it all. Like, if we completely lost everything, it wouldn't significantly change our lives. We have a beautiful young girl that we care for. Like, we didn't want to overinvest too much that it was going to impact us, raising her and living our day-to-day life. And that's really important as well, to not be over leveraged with this stuff. And the agreement was that if I lost all of that with 0.6, we weren't going to spend more and just buy back in, right? Because that's dangerous kind of thinking. So, and then you're right, it did change my mentality, because I treated it much more like a business, and I was very serious about every decision I was making, and I didn't FOMO as much early on because I wanted to be really, really careful. And then I noticed when I started making a little bit more money, that mentality kind of shifted a little bit, and I started FOMOing more, and I started losing money again. And then I quickly snapped out of that, because I realized that just because I made some quick money didn't mean that all of a sudden I knew everything. And it was just, I went back to that same mentality of, taking every investment very seriously, and, making sure I was really meticulous and thought out process, and I was sticking to an investment philosophy that I believed in.
Okay. One other thing I wanted to confirm was, since there will be classes, right? So most probably they'll be weekly. It won't be possible to do them a daily or 2 or 3 days cap. But how much of your time will the community get? What kind of planning are you doing for the community? Will you be there in VCs? If yes, how long, or how can they get your time basically?
Yeah, I'm in the Discord every day, hanging out with the community at the moment. I'm really enjoying our community. I'm kind of running the show because it's a free mint, so I am not bringing in any revenue up front. So I'm kind of keeping the budget quite little. And so I'm not bringing in a huge team of moderators. I'm not bringing in a huge team of community managers and paying them to handle the Discord like a lot of projects do. So it's very much me in there, and I think that's good because a lot of people want access to me and my time. So this is a good way for me to reward them for that.
Got it. I even saw your screenshot of somebody minting a free mint because of your call, I guess, and they minted 6 of them most probably and sold one of them at 0.2, which is again very. So I think that there will be some kind of alpha in your Discord for the holders.
Well, yeah, that wasn't my call, so I can't claim that. But the reason why she was thanking me is because before meeting me and before coming into the Discord, she wasn't even aware of these free mints and these stealth mints. Like, it was kind of a new world for her. And so through my YouTube videos and through my educational videos, she started learning about these things, and she started to be able to see how these things usually got launched and how they were able to run up in price and when to look out for them. And so that was like a new form of knowledge that she learned. And so she applied that knowledge and then saw something similar happening, and jumped in on her own investment, and was able to flip it for a profit. So she was really stoked. I was really proud of her because she'd taken something that I'd learned, that I taught in one of my videos, and applied it. So it was really cool.
Got it. That I really thought
how to mint from contract as well, which was another lesson in there. So
that's a tough one. A lot of new beginners are looking into it, because I feel whenever a project launches, people quickly mint from contract, and people who are waiting to mint did not get that much of profit that people that do it from the contract, so they're able to list it quickly. But I guess there is a lot of more educational content in your project. And what's the project details like? How much is the supply? As you said, it's a free mint, which I think is a really good starting, because if it's a free mint, that means the person who has launched the project has to do a lot more work so that the value can come up in the secondary sales. So I think that is a really, really positive sign. But what's the mint price? What's the mint date, and how much is the collection going to be?
Yeah, so this total supply is going to be low, and the reason why I wanted to keep it low is because I think I mentioned earlier, I wanted people to feel like they weren't lost in a crowd. If I had thousands of people in the Discord, I don't think people would feel like the sessions were very intimate, and they probably felt lost, and they probably didn't feel like they could actually talk to the experts. So I wanted to keep it low, but then I've got 25 experts, and all of these experts, it's a free mint. They're not getting paid. They're coming out as a favor to me and part of their generous time. So as reward, they are getting whitelists for their communities. And so I'm still finalizing negotiation with a lot of these guys around their alpha Discords and how many whitelists they get. But I'm keeping the supply super low. Just know that there won't be thousands of people in there. But we are minting in June, so this month. So this month, we're not going to push out the mint date, months away or weeks away, because a lot of projects do that because they try and build up like artificial hype as much as they can before mint to increase chances of selling out. I know I'm not going to have this issue because A, we already have like a high amount of hype. B, we've got a whole bunch of experts here, and C, it's free. So we're not going to have any issues with selling out. It's definitely going to sell out. So I don't need actually too much hype before the mint date. So as soon as we finalize supply, as soon as the dev team and I have finished the contracts and have tested it all and got them audited by multiple people, I think that's really important as well, to have third-party people auditing contracts before they go live. We'll announce a mint date very soon.
Got it. Okay. So I really like the project particularly, and I think this can really help out my community. So being a bit greedy here, how can my community win the whitelist spots for your amazing project?
Yeah, great idea. We haven't discussed this in full, but what I've done with other influencers and content creators is we can put a Google form underneath your video, and if they can fill out the Google form with their details, as well as screenshot proof that they follow both of our channels with notifications on, And so they just need to take a screenshot and upload the Google form. Yeah, we'll pick a handful of winners from people who fill out that Google form.
That would be really great. I think that would be all from my side. I am actually going to do a bit more research on your project, and most probably will be creating one more video for my own community so that I can give them my own perspective on this particular project. But thank you so much for joining me on this call and giving me a lot more information about your project.
Awesome. It was awesome chatting with you.
Pleasure is all mine. So this was our first interview on our YouTube channel and our first interview with Liam. I would highly suggest my community, people who are watching this video, to try to get whitelisted for this project. Why? First, it's a free mint. Second, Liam has some amazing connections in the market. Plus, he has a lot of knowledge. A guy who has made 0.6 ETH to 50 ETH, you can imagine the amount of knowledge that guy has and the amount of knowledge he's going to give throughout his community. So if you do get whitelisted, because it's free, you are not paying anything and you're getting so much back in value. And if you are a flipper, I think this will be a good one too. In the long term, the project price should go really high because of the kind of value Liam is going to provide. I'll be leaving the link of the form in the description below. Just fill out that form. I'll be sending the details to Liam and he'll be shortlisting the whitelist winners. It is very easy. There is no grinding, which I love about this project. So leaving the form in the description below, quickly go there, fill up the form and try to get whitelisted. I'll see you in my next one. Thank you.